Hi, I'm Marcus from Fontain. I want to talk to you today about checking your oil. We've got two real distinct different types of system. We've got the traditional type, which is checking your oil with a dipstick, and we've got the newer model Audis, or in actual fact some of them from even 10 years ago, that have an electronic system of checking through the MMI. So we'll start with this Audi S1, and I'm going to show you under the bonnet. I'm going to show you how to check your oil. So Audi make it very easy for you. They give you a nice bright yellow dipstick, so you can find it very easily under the bonnet, as you can see here. And here it is. That's your dipstick on the vehicle. Very simply pull it out, and that's how you check your oil. So how do you check it? Right, first of all, make sure your car's on a level surface. That's an obvious thing. Audi recommend the car is warm. It needs to be warm. That's how their dipstick is configured for the oil level for a warm engine. Warm your car up, get it up to normal temperature, normal midway point on the gauge, 90 degrees. That's where it should be. So you've probably been out for a drive in the car first. Get it nice and warm, come back, switch the engine off and leave it for at least 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. Just let the oil settle back down into the sump. Pull the dipstick out and then wipe the dipstick with a cloth, dip it back in all the way down, put it back out again, and that's going to give you your level. If you look at the dipstick, it is, as you see, it's actually angled in a couple of points. These two angles represent minimum and maximum. You'll also see there, if you look very closely, there is hatching. You see it very easily, but there is hatching here. This is the area that the oil should minimum to maximum levels. Obviously the oil needs to be between the two. As long as it's between the two, even if it's on the low side, the car is perfectly safe to drive. However, if you're going to be doing a long journey and it's on the low side, we do recommend you top it back up to maximum. The difference between the minimum level and the maximum on a dipstick is a 1 litre. So if your oil level was showing as minimum, down to the actual minimum mark, then if you topped 1 litre up, that would take it back up to maximum. It's as simple as that. And obviously midway through you top it up half a litre. What I would say to you is on the cautious side, do not top the oil up too much. So if you're not sure and it's on the low side, then top it up by half a litre. You can recheck the oil, re-wipe it down after it's settled down into the engine. That's the best way. And the only other tip to say is please put the right grade oil in the car. That's obviously very important. It's in the handbook. You'll find it in there. You might find it online, or talk to us or your local Audi dealer. They'll be able to advise you what oil should go in your car. Now we've got a bigger brother. We've got a newer 2017 model A4. Of course, this does have the electronic dipstick. I'll show you that under the bonnet. And if you look under this one, there is no visible sign of a dipstick anywhere. So yes, you've got your filler, you've got the place to fill your oil up if you do need to, obviously, but there's no yellow handle dipstick under there. So how do we check this one out? Let's go and find out now. Okay, so I'm going to show you on this particular model. This is a 2017 A4. I'm just going to show you on this particular model how you check the oil. You do it through the MMI menu option. Go into the menu option, select car to bring up all your options, and then servicing and checks. Second option down on this particular model, oil level, and that's the one you want to select to get to your oil. Once you're in there, you'll see, looking at this screen, it will come up with a symbol. If the car's not warm, it will tell you need to warm the car up to normal temperature. And then once you've got it up to normal temperature with the engine switched off, after a couple of minutes you can check the oil level. So you can see the oil level on this one. It's on maximum. It's absolutely fine. It wasn't that easy to actually display it in the end. You have to start the car up and warm it up, and you do need to get it up to 90 degrees. You do need to get it to normal temperature. In this car we actually had to go for a drive first. It wouldn't just warm up just sitting here idling. When you bring it back, you need to switch the engine off, but then switch the ignition back on without the car running, so that you can display the menu. And you need to be patient. It says approximately 2 minutes. It probably took 3 or 4 minutes before it displayed on this car. It's only an approximate thing, so just be patient with it and it will eventually display. Again, just bear in mind that difference between maximum and minimum on the electronic gauge is a litre. It's an electronic gauge, so it's not exactly dead accurate, so we'd recommend, even if it shows sort of on the low level or minimum, I'd top it up with just a half a litre to start with, and then recheck the oil level on the screen before you top any more up, just in case you're topping up a little bit too much. So go with half a litre's amounts only. And then the last thing to say is just make sure you put the right oil in it. It's in the handbook. Make sure you've got the right grade of oil in there, and top it up with that. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Give us a like. Thank you very much.